goodness. Oh, how are we going to start the day like this? Yo, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. What's up and what's going on? And happy Money Monday. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so as you guys know, it's the first day in the new place, and it's not set up correctly. So, uno momento. Give me 1 minute, and we're going to make it happen. I'm going to disappear for a second, but give me a sec, guys. Give me 1 second. We're gonna dive into it. And just like that, it's a little bit better, huh? Anyway, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because we're all set, ready to rock and roll. We want to make it happen today. We're ready to make it happen and lock in some profits. What's up, traders? What's going on? And happy Money Monday. How we all doing? I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend, and I hope you guys are fired up, ready for an awesome day today. So start with hit me with a big old good morning, team. Come on, hit me with it. Let's see them coming. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And as you guys are hitting me with the big old good mornings, I'm going to make one adjustment and we are all set, ready to rock and roll. Oh, and just like that, wouldn't you know it, we are almost all set, ready to rock and roll, team. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that works. Perfection? Nah. It works, and we are good to go. Looking beautiful today, team. You guys are looking beautiful, each and every one of you. So what's going on? Good morning, Johnny. Wish you would move to the left. You're blocking my favorite scanner. Can you guys see the tickers? You guys can see the tickers. Mr. Chris, The Art, J. Doss, Steve, Esther, Ron, Kids King, George, Kamal, Mr. Mad Mike, Derek, Guy. Good morning, Alpha family. What's going on? How are y'all doing? And I hope you had a wonderful weekend, and I hope you are having a wonderful Monday morning, and that you're all set, ready to rock and roll for an awesome day today. How's the audio real quick? Let's do a quick audio check. Make sure we're all set with the audio, guys. I want to make sure before we actually start diving into it, you are all set, ready to rock and roll for today. Again, quick little audio check, guys. Audio check, audio check, audio check. All set. Better? Maybe? All right, cool. As long as that audio is good, I'm good. I'm ready to make it happen, guys. All right, so again, good morning. And then YouTubers. I think we got some YouTubers over on the YouTube today. How are y'all doing? Matt, Angela, CEO, Darren, Dave, Brandon T, Mr. John. What's up and what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, over on YouTube? And good morning. Once again, I hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday morning. I hope you guys had a wonderful Friday inside the chat. I hope you guys held it down. And again, ready to rock and roll today, guys. So without further ado, we're not going to waste any time whatsoever. We are going to dive into it, and we are going to get you guys prepared for today's trading session. Talk about the top stocks, where the opportunity is, where my focus is, and where I'm looking to make some money today. So we're going to dive right into it, guys, and then follow up with any questions if we have any questions before that ring-a-ding-ding, before that bell, right at 9:30. So let's go ahead and dive into it. So I was watching EVTL, guys. All right, I was watching EVTL, but I'm not really a fan of EVTL at this point in time. I did take a trade this morning. I lost $72, but definitely the risk management was there. It was a good trade. I like it came down to that 552 level and had a strong volume bounce, popped back above this trend line, looking for the break of the downtrend. It had everything going for it. This upper shadow, this candle with the lack of volume and the bad price action, I said, you know what? I'm out of this, right? My stop loss was 550. I got out at like 558, 557. So I was able to salvage maybe $100 on this trade by getting out just a little bit early here on EVTL. So, you know, right now I think it may have potential. All right, so EVTL was one of Friday's top gainers. This stock went from around $3.40 all the way up towards around $6.44 here in pre-market. I think EVTL has good potential for today, guys. I really do. So bottom support right now at this point in time is going to be $4.89, right? That's going to be support between $4.89 and $5. Now, $5.50 is resistance. $5.50 was support. We're below support. Now it's going to be a level of resistance. Okay, so you got $5.50 resistance at this point in time with lower support between $4.89 and $5. Okay, now we can definitely come on down, bounce back up to towards around that $5.50. If we ever get back above this $5.50 level, I would see potential up towards around $6.11. And then that high a day is $6.44. Those would be my main targets today, right around that $6.11 and then $6.44. We must see this stay above that $4.89, because if we start cracking below $4.89 here on EVTL, you'll most likely see this all the way back down towards around $4.29 again here on EVTL. So right now at this point in time, it's definitely not a top stock to be watching, but it's definitely a stock I want to keep on high watch for today traders. All right, so that's going to be EVTL. More of a back burner. It was a top stock. It was already something that was up. I had a trade on it. Wanted to go ahead and break it down, get you guys prepared for the day. It's on watch, but it's not one of my top stocks right at 9:30. One of my top stocks right at 9:30 is ILAG, right? And why is ILAG one of my top stocks? Well, it's a newer IPO, number one, and a lot of these newer IPOs have been moving recently. Number two, a little bit of a dead cat bounce there post-market Friday, and the thing is gapping on up, right? It's a nice low float stock. It's up 40%, has pretty good volume. The chart's nice and clean, right? The consistency is here. It's honoring the technicals. We can see it has volume. I like this overall. I like the newer IPO because those stocks have been getting some great action. We've been seeing a lot of dead cat bounces lately as well in the market. We have the volume, nice low float stock. It is up 39%. And the biggest thing is I like the consistency with the technicals, right? It's not choppy. It's not inconsistent. It looks good. It's a good looking chart. I like good looking charts, right? So right now with ILLG, we did have an alert here off that $3 entry back up towards around high a day. And that was as the stock was coming down into $3 support and our trend line. The stock bounced up to 327, very, very, very close to that high a day. So congrats if anybody took that trade here on ILAG. So what we're looking for here on ILAG is for this to stay above the trend line, number one. Continue to build these higher lows. Come on up and break the slight downtrend that we have here in pre-market. Right, that's going to be our first initial area where volume can start moving back in, is going to be a break of that downtrend and a break over those pre-market highs of 335. That's when we could see that next leg up and that volume move on in, pushing the stock up towards around 356. I really like this stock. And the reason I really like this is because of the potential it has to the upside. If we break that 356, we have so much room to 5 and then 547. Literally, there's not a lot of resistance between that 356 and then that 5 to 547 area. So I like the high reward ILAG shows, and I like the low risk. What do I mean low risk? Well, our trade plan today was with a stop loss below 275. And these entries that we just looked at were right off that $3 area off the trend line as well. So what's your risk here on this trade? 25 to 30 cents. What's your reward here on this trade? Well, your first level of reward is that 356. That's still a 2-to-1. It's still a 2-to-1 here on ILAG. But if we actually break that 356, we have so much room to 5, then 547. What's your reward at that point? Right? You can make potentially $2.40. And it has potential to do that. I'm not saying it's going to do that all at once, but it is a low float stock. And we've seen stocks rip on up $1 to $2 at a time. So again, it could definitely do that, right? It can definitely do that. Not saying it's going to, but it's definitely a possibility. I still see that potential to 5 and then 526. I'm sorry, not 526, 547. That's almost $2.40 to the upside. And your risk right now is like 30 cents. So you can see that if we do indeed get that break over 356, that potential is there. That reward is potentially huge, and that risk is very, very minimal. So I like ILAG for those reasons. Keeping this one on watch above $3 and above this trend line as well. Support right now is going to be back down around 275. If we start cracking below 275, I think this would become dead, in my honest opinion. I think ILAG would just be dead at that point in time. You'll probably see this back down towards around 222. So again, 275 at the lowest. Ideally, holding above $3 in the trend line, breaking this downtrend from pre-markets and over those pre-market highs. Like to see this push on up towards around that 356. And then if we break that 356 area, we have so much potential to 547 here on ILAG. And again, right now, team, this is one of my top stocks that I want to be watching right out of the gates, right? Again, it's a newer IPO stock that's getting a little bit of a dead cat bounce here this morning. Another stock that I really, really like is ADN, team, right? So ADN looks pretty good right now at this point in time. So what's going on with ADN? Well, ADN dropped a press release. So ADN secures ratification for green HIPO project from the European Commission here on ADN. 26 million in float, trading just about 12 million shares, and on average, the stock trades 6 million shares. 10% of the float is currently short, and this was a stock that was moving in June. It gapped up. It had a pretty good green day, right? The stock gapped up to 3, ripped all the way to 450, closed around 4 back in June. We haven't really seen the stock do too much since, but we do know when the stock gaps up, we get nice green days. Stock gaps up, we get nice green days, right? So what's something that we don't have to worry about? A gap up, a quick spike, and then an all-day fader. Now, that could absolutely take place. That could absolutely happen here on ADN, but we see the last 2 gap ups this year. Nice, solid, strong green days, especially when we have volume. Well, today we have volume. We're trading 2 times the average volume today on ADN. So we already have the volume. It's a low float stock that could definitely move. We have a catalyst that supports this stock being up right now, 36%. Okay. And the last 2 times we've seen the stock gap up in just the last few months, it's actually had some pretty good green days. So I like this stock. I think this is a stock that could definitely move today. I think there's a lot of great potential here, guys. All right. So where do I think ADN could go? Well, I definitely think we have room to that 450, which was that high. The high was around 448. I'm going to just call it 445. I would say between $4.45 and $4.67, right? That's the 200-day moving average here on ADN. That's where I think we have some room to on ADN. Where is support at this point in time? Well, we can see here intraday support is very clear here right around 335, right? We just had an ascending triangle breakout formation on ADN here in pre-market, and we had a nice, clean, valid break on ADN. So old resistance turns in to new support here on ADN. I think 335 is a pretty good level of support. $4 psychological resistance with room all the way to 445. Now, if we start cracking below that level of support, we could see this back down towards around $3.11 on ADN. But right now, I'm really liking ADN. It looks to have tons of potential, and right now, it's one of my top stocks. And if I had to choose 2 stocks for the day, I would choose ADN and ILAG. I don't need to watch EVTL. I don't need to watch RYTM, FFIE, GOEV, or PETZ, right? Because these stocks right now are not doing anything. ADN looks great. I think there's tons of potential. ILAG looks pretty good. I think there's good potential. And then I do like EVTL still at this point in time, and that's why it is a back burner for another day to the upside, maybe. If this stock doesn't do anything today, we may have a little bit of a mid-candle breakout. Who knows? We shall see when the time comes, okay? Back burners, right? Stocks that I'm looking at, stocks that I think have potential if ADN doesn't do anything. If ILAG doesn't do anything and if EVTL does nothing, I think these next 4 stocks have great potential to move today. They are back burners at this point in time. Number 1, we have RYTM above $10 support. We have room back up to $12.30. FFIE breaking above $7.66. We have room to $8.75. GOEV for the possible mid-candle breakout back up to $5 resistance. And then PETZ maybe for a swing trade on the stock for a moving average squeeze formation here on PETZ. All right, so PETZ, possible swing trade, moving average squeeze. GOEV, potential mid-candle breakouts for the leg back up to $5. FFIE over $7.60, let's just call it 67 cents, over that pre-market high of $7.67, room to $8.75. I like it. RYTM, as long as we're above $10, I do believe we can see this slowly grind on back up towards around $12.30 here on RYTM. Top stocks out of the gate, we have ILAG and ADN, top 2, followed by EVTL, the number 1 back burner we have at this point in time. Right, it's 9:16. Does anybody have any other penny stocks that they think have great potential for today? Right, any other penny stock that you think we should watch right at 9:30? Not a no volume, not moving, maybe next week trade. Stocks that you think have potential to be the top gainer today, the one stock that we should watch right at 9:30. I'm seeing ADN and ILAG as my top 2. QD had some news this morning on QD, right? QD had some news this morning, and QD's press release was they provide a food progress report. All right, so they provided a food progress report. Why do you guys think I'm not watching it? Look at our gappers, or just go to yahoofinance.com. I know there's a lot of traders inside of chat. You guys, I can't see the gappers. Well, you can see the tickers, right? You can see the tickers here. I want you guys to actually do some research. All right, I want you guys to take some initiative. You want me to move my webcam off to the right? I'll do that. But I haven't done it for the simple reason that I want you guys to actually go out there and hunt a little bit, right? This is what traders do. Traders go out and hunt. They get the data. They find the data. Do you guys think that I just rely on these up-gapper floats? I don't. I go to yahoofinance.com. I type in QD. I go over here to QD, right? I know it's number 1. I see it on the up-gapper list. I go over here to statistics. Okay, I scroll down on statistics and I see that it's 188 million in float. So for those of you saying I can't see the float, I get it. I understand. It takes 5 to 10 seconds to go to Yahoo Finance to type in the ticker to get the float. And you guys should be doing that anyway, because there are discrepancies at times with trade ideas, right? That float may not be accurate, and it's important and imperative that the information that we're looking at is exact. So, Yahoo Finance, type in the ticker, statistics, 10 seconds later, boom, 188 million in float. That's why I'm not really watching QD, right? Because again, there is so much supply with this stock. We know floats. The lower the float, the bigger the spikes. The lower the float, the bigger the spikes, the bigger the moves. The larger the float, the slower and steadier it is. So as far as my top stocks for the day, it wouldn't really be one of my top stocks, okay? Support right now at this point in time is 179, with top resistance here around $2.28, all right? So you do have 179 support at this point in time. If you start cracking below 179, for those of you watching the stock, you do have room to 147, and then all the way down towards around 125. So it's actually really simple. You got 179 support. If you crack below 179, room down towards around, let's just call it 150. Keep it even, keep it round. And then below 150, looking at the daily chart, we have room down to 125. If you break back above $2 on QD, you have room back up to those highs. What do we have here on QD right now, guys? Right, a 9 EMA VWAP squeeze. So we have a 9 EMA VWAP squeeze on the 5 minutes, and that would be a break back above $2 as well after we just bounced at 179 support. I like QD, but it's not one of my top stocks because it's such a large float. All right. So for those of you that like these larger float stocks to scale in, scale out of, right? Maybe you're a traditional trader, not a scalper. 179 support. You have a 9 EMA VWAP squeeze right now at this point in time. Also would be breaking back above $2 resistance. We could definitely see this rip on back up towards around 228 and then 243. Now, if we ever see that break there on QD, you have room to 272 today here on QD. NBRV, no volume, not a fan of it. ETON, not a lot of volume. Massive downtrend. I think ETON had a press release as well. We posted that up inside a chat. ETON announced FDA approval of Zonocide. It's an oral suspension supplement. But again, when you look at this chart, it's not really doing too much. So does ETON have potential? Sure it does. Right? Does NBRV have potential? Sure it does. But our job is to eliminate noise. Our job is to clean up the markets. Okay, so when you compare, let's say ETON and compare it to ADN, let's be completely honest, guys. Be honest with yourself right now. Compare ETON to ADN. Which stock looks better? What stock really, truthfully looks like it has the best potential? At this point in time, which stock stands out to you that just says, this is where your focus should be? What stock do you think you should be looking at this point in time? Absolutely, right? And this is a good learning lesson, right? Because what do we take away from this? And that wasn't a wrong answer, guys. ETON has good potential. NBRV has good potential. So I'm not knocking anybody whatsoever, right? This is one of those, it's an opportunity to learn, right? What's our opportunity to learn here? What's our takeaway here? What stock would we look at and why? Well, we can safely say ADN would be the #1 stock that we would want to look at. And we know why, because it looks great. The volume is there, right? It's in an uptrend, building higher highs and higher lows. If you guys want to go long, ADN is the trade. You're telling me right now that you want to watch ADN for those reasons. Johnny wants to watch it. Corey, George, Jake, Spaz, everybody inside of chat, 80% of chat, they want to watch ADN. What do you think 80% of the rest of the traders in the world are thinking right now? Think about it. Seriously, we have, let's say, 1,000 members in chat, and 800 of these 1,000 members inside of our chat room right now. They think ADN is the #1 stock, and that's where their focus is. So take the millions and the millions of day traders that trade penny stocks. Ask them the same question. The number's probably going to be right around the same. 80% of those people would have their focus on ADN. And what's the saying? Volume equals activity, and activity equals profit. So this stock has 80% of the focus. It's going to be active. And if this stock is active and the majority of traders are here looking at and trading ADN, that's going to be the stock that gives us the best opportunity to make money, guys. All right. So that's why I think ADN right now at this point in time should be the #1 watch. Again, that could change at 9:30, at 9:35, at 9:40. And if we see ETON ripping, if we see QD ripping, if we see PETZ ripping, guess what we do? We shift our focus. When other traders shift their focus, we shift our focus, right? It's called the majority of buyers, they shift, right? They like to shift from one stock to another. We want to figure out what the #1 stock is, the top 2 stocks that have the majority of the traders, the majority of buyers, the majority of the focus in the market, because that's where the best opportunity is going to be. We talked a little bit about the SPY here. We have 389.45 top resistance today on the SPY. 389.45 top resistance. If you break above 389.45, your first target to the long side today would be 392.39. And if you break above that 392.39, your second target today would be 395.80. If you see this bear flag, this is a bear flag on the SPY, right? Leg down, bear flag. If you see this bear flag actually play on out right at the open, you do have the next leg down right around 387 here on the SPY. So I would say down towards around that 387, 386.37. And then I would say realistically, we could see the SPY all the way back down to 384.77. So we do have a leg down consolidation. This is a bearish flag, okay, occurring near this low. So if we see this trend line crack at the open, we could see the drawdown below this low of 387.58, and that would definitely help us get to that 384.77 target here on the SPY. But let's say we don't crack out of the bear flag. Let's say we push right on up and start to break over that 389.45 level. Well, your first target, 392.39, and then your second target, 395.80 here on the SPY. I may be watching the SPY out of the gate to see if we do indeed get that crack out of this bearish flag. And you see the same thing with the Qs. You have a little bit of this bearish flag at this point in time. So honestly, since I see a setup right out of the gate, I may look for a trade here right out of the gate here on maybe SQQQ. So I will be looking to see if the Qs crack on down out of the gate, down towards around 293.71, and looking to see if we get a nice little push here on SQQQ for a nice little trade out of the gate. I like that. I think this is some of the best opportunity right now to start 930. If we do see the Qs stay below 295, the VWAP, and we crack out of this bearish flag, we have room down towards around 293.71 first. I would look to go long here on SQQQ. And that could put us right back up towards around $50.72. So there's great potential here. Right out of the gates with SQQQ. And that's where my focus is right now, guys, is SQQQ. So basically the Qs. Looking for this bearish flag to crack on down. Looking to see if we have any opportunity right out of the gate. All right, so let's recap. We have a minute 48 to go. Economic-wise, economic calendar, not a lot going on today, guys. All right, not a lot going on today. We had CPI and PPI last week. Right, everything's in the green. Right, technology, consumer discretionary, finance, healthcare, utilities. I mean, everything's in the green, right? Almost everything is in the green. Got a great pre-market watch list. But the biggest thing that I want to point out is earnings this week. We have a lot of earnings this week, guys. Right? You got J&J tomorrow morning. You got Netflix tomorrow after the close. Then you got Tesla on Wednesday. Then you got like Snapchat towards the end of the week. You got some of the airlines reporting this week as well. There's some big names this week reporting, guys. And what did we say a couple weeks ago? What's going to be the key factor that really drives the market July and August? I think it's going to be earnings and what these companies are issuing as far as forward guidance. So if they start cutting their guidance, and we see these stocks crack and drop off earnings, that could absolutely pull the overall market down with it, and we could start to see that next leg down, maybe start to get these lower lows in the market that I still think is possible. I still think we have one more leg down, and I think that all starts with earnings. So let's see. This week will be the opportunity to tell if that thesis is correct. I think it's going to carry a lot more weight. Absolutely. So Netflix, Tesla, AT&T, the airlines, NASDAQ reports Wednesday before the market opens. There's going to be a lot of movement this week, guys. But we have 6 seconds to go. Let's get fired up. Let's have an awesome day. Let's make it happen, traders. And let's start off the day strong. And let's hit it hard and start our Money Monday on a strong and profitable note, team. Starting Money Monday strong and profitable. Let's make it happen, traders. Let's have an awesome day. Let's crush it. I'm fired up to work with each and every one of you. Crack on down for the Qs. Want you to crack on down and keep on dumping, Mr. Qs. So I took that long on SQQQ because I see the bearish flag on the Qs, and I think we still have room to 293.71. I'm still holding this position here on SQQQ right now at this point in time. If we go green here, back above the high, so if this 1 minute candle goes green, I'm out. All right, if that 1 minute candle here goes green, it's probably going to squeeze above 295. I'm out, but right now I'm holding a very small position because it's risky to trade out of the gate. I'll tell you what, it can be a bit risky to be trading right out of the gate. So why am I not taking a billion gajillion shares? Well, because it's right out of the gate, but I liked the setup, so I took it, right? That was my number one watch, was the bear flag on the Qs. I probably just missed my exit. Not gonna lie, I probably just missed my exit. So my risk now is break even because I'm talking too much. Yep, see? Yeah, I got to get out of that. Wow, I literally broke even on that. Yeah, I didn't. I was talking way too much, and I missed my exit. That's stupid on my part. You know, you guys know me. When I talk, I talk. I like talking. But that was the trade. Boom, boom. From the entry down to that 293.71, I didn't pull the trigger and take the profit like an idiot. So I went ahead and got out at break even because I think we could squeeze 295 here. So my entry there was at $50.08, and I got out at $50.09. There was about 50 cents a share there too. And it moved quick. It was fast. But again, I didn't take huge size because I know the movement can be quick. It was worth the go. I could have and I should have had that finger on the trigger, ready to lock in that profit. But I got a little distracted there. It's all good. But I did the right thing and I got out there on SQQQ. You guys can see I had that position here. I had a fill at 50.11 and then at 50.07. You can see here that I got out at $50.09. All right. ADN. Wow, look at that. ILAG. Did anybody take ILAG from pre-market, guys? Because if you did, you guys absolutely just destroyed it. I'd say if you guys grabbed that at $3, you just absolutely destroyed a great trade. I mean, just absolutely beautiful. Hits Kings in at 310. Way to make it happen. Because I don't have my hotkeys or hot buttons set up on my new broker, Steve. I don't have hotkeys or hot buttons set up. But again, as you guys know, our new schedule, our new schedule here on YouTube is from 9 to 9:30. Our goal is to get you guys prepared for the day, to take that education, to apply it, to see those results, to see that success. You guys got a couple winners from me today. You have ILAG. Some of you guys took it. Don't be greedy. Lock in profits. Maybe some of you guys took that quick scalp on SQQQ as well. If not, you got out at break even with me. But there was one trade that we alerted inside a chat, and we gave it to you here on YouTube as well. ILAG, exceptional trade. So congratulations if you took it. Congratulations if you locked in some profits on today's live stream session to get you guys prepared for the day. So happy, safe trading. Until next time, guys, take care. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning from 9 a.m. to 9:30 to do this all over again. Get you guys prepared. Enjoy your day, everybody over on YouTube. Don't be greedy, guys. Lock in some profits. It's never a bad idea to trim here, right? It's never a bad idea to trim. Your first target was 356, just so you know. And at a 356 first target, that is a 2-to-1. You can't be greedy here, guys. The stock went up $1 in literally 5 minutes. It could go down $1 in 5 minutes. Don't be greedy. Lock in some profits. Do the right thing. I'm not saying get all out. I'm saying scale out. Do the right thing, because you're going to be really, really mad if you don't take any profit and it comes right back down to your entry. Thank you. Appreciate it. Someone tell me they locked in some profits. Good job. Good job. So what profits do we have in profit chat? Do we already have some profits here in profit chat today, guys? Are you guys already just absolutely crushing it? I hope so. So I would say your support level's back down at pre-market highs now, guys. Support level back down at your pre-market highs. I would say 333 is your new support level. You want to see the break over 4? I still see potential to 5 and then 547. So if you guys like that 7-to-1 setup, that 7-to-1 risk reward, you still have beautiful potential. Doing the right thing, scaling out, good job locking in 25%. Okay, right now, watch your volume. Make sure you still have volume. Make sure buyers are in control. Watch that level 2. Make sure you got bigger buyers compared to sellers. Get an idea of your price action, right? Really just watch the stock, right? Do not get blinded by your P&L. Do not have analysis paralysis. Just watch the stock and what it does every single second. Get an idea. Should I still stay in this? Should I scale out a little bit more? Or should I be getting out? You guys know what you're doing. You guys know what you're doing. So congrats. And again, volume's clear, right? When I stand right here, is that volume pretty good? Because the mic's over here. I just want to make sure that the volume is good inside of chat and that you guys can hear everything and it's not too muffled or anything like that, okay? Just want to make sure that we're all set. So ADN has room down to 311. ILAG, we know the plan here on ILAG. We already got some profits in profit chat. There we go. Keep them coming, baby. Keep them coming. Jakey Lakey already locking in $154.24 on the day. Woo! That's what I'm talking about, baby. Let's go. And you guys are still making it happen. So I'm going to dance a little bit for you because you guys are already crushing it. You guys are getting it. Terrible dance moves, by the way, guys. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. Okay? I turned up that gain just a little bit, so hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps. But good job, Mr. Jakey Lakey. Already coming in with some great profits. Good job, man. Good job.